Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I am working on the sides to go with the pork butt that I have on the smoker. So I want to share with you a tomato and onion pie. This is very southern, very Alabama, and it is delicious and so easy to make. I have some fresh basil out of my garden. I've washed it really well and let it dry. So what I'm going to do is gather it all up in a little ball here, and I'm just going to run my knife through it, kind of chiffonade it. That just means shred it. Cut it in shreds, and then I'm going to kind of just run my knife back through it and chop it up. Be careful with your fingers. And I'm going to put this in a little bowl, and we're going to get ready. This is just part of our layering. I have 2 green onions, scallions, whatever you call them. Aren't they huge? And I'm going to cut these up. You want about a half of a cup of green onions, and I think these 2 will give us just what we need. Get these all chopped up. I'm not going too fine, but I don't want great big chunks either. I'm sure you could use like a Vidalia onion. I'm sure that would be good. Cut it in like half moons and put it in there. I'm not really. Yeah, hear me say that a lot. It's gonna be good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to add these onions into the basil. And I've got 1 clove of garlic. If you have a fresh garlic clove, I just used the last of my fresh, but y'all know I keep this around, and I use it quite a lot. I do use fresh. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of that. So let's just kind of mix that together so we can spread that garlic out, and the onions and basil, get them all friendly together. Okay, so what I did was I had 4 tomatoes. Aren't those beautiful tomatoes? I did not get these out of my garden. They haven't come in yet. And I cut them, I sliced them, and I laid them on paper towels. And then I sprinkled salt over the top of it and let it sit. And what it does is draws that moisture out, because you don't want a soggy pie. And then after, let's say about 10 minutes or so, I come back with some fresh paper towels and pat the top of them and get that excess moisture out. Okay, so in the next bowl, I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. I'm using Duke's mayonnaise. I like Duke's or Hellman's. And I'm going to use a cup of grated mozzarella. You can shred your own if you want to. I choose to use this because it's just easier, guys. I don't want to stand in here all day, and I'm going to get outside. And I'm going to use a cup of shredded cheddar. I'm using sharp. You can use mild. I'm just kind of eyeballing that too. And we're going to mix that up. Fresh grated cheese would be delicious. And I realize that the packaged cheese has something on it that keeps it from clumping, like some kind of agent. And but it doesn't bother me. Okay, so now we're going to set that aside. No, I'm not. I'm going to add some black pepper in it first. I've got some ground black pepper. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon. Doesn't that black pepper just make it pretty? Looky there. Okay, so I've got a 9-inch pie crust. I preheated my oven to 375, and I poked holes in the bottom. It's called docking. And I par baked this pie for 10 minutes. Now, I've let it cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to layer these tomatoes in the bottom of this pie dish. Looky there. This is going to be so easy and delicious. Now, I'm going to take half of this green onion mixture and I'm going to spread it on top of those tomatoes. Can you see that right there? Isn't that beautiful already? Let's add a few more right there. Okay, then I'm going to put half of this cheese mixture on top of the tomatoes and onions. And let's spread this out. Just spread it as best you can. If you can't get it perfect, it'll be okay. That cheese is going to melt and get all through those tomatoes and onions. Now see what it looks like. And then repeat what we just did. Tomatoes. Then, ooh boy. And the rest of our onions and basil on the top. And garlic. Don't forget we've got that delicious garlic in there. Yeah, I'm imagining if you want to take a shortcut and you have a favorite pimento cheese, pre-made pimento cheese, or your own pimento cheese, you could use that in place of mixing up your cheese and mayonnaise yourself. I'm sure it would be delicious. Then you have the added benefit of all those pimentos in there. Get this spread on top, and this is going to bake, and that cheese is going to spread, and it's going to melt through there again through that next layer, and they're all going to become a happy family. And it's going to should get browned on top. And it's that simple. That simple. See there? So I am going to put this in, like I said, I have a 375 degree preheated oven, and I'm going to bake it in there. And I'm going to bake it 30 minutes or so. And now that I'm saying that, I'm going to change what I said. I'm going to change my temperature to 350. Now, I want it to be right. So, let's get this in the oven. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it gets baked, okay? Y'all stay with me. I just took my tomato pie out of the oven, and look who walks in. You're right on time.
I smelled it.
Ooh, let's give it a try.
Sounds good.
Well, this is going to be part of our lunch today. We made a pork roast on the grill. We smoked it. And this is going to be to go with it. You know, the first piece is never the prettiest coming out of a pie. Ooh, look at that. Good, look at that tomato.
What's in a tomato pie?
Tomatoes, cheese, green onions. We like all of that. Get off there. We want all that cheese.
What's on top? Cheese.
Cheese. Looky there. Cheese and more cheese. Isn't that beautiful? And we're just going to make it purty with a little bit of parsley. So let's give it a try. Here's you a fork.
Here's you a napkin.
Thank you.
Thank
Let's see what this, I know it's going to be good. I'll wait on you.
Well, it's smush, man. It'll still be good.
It's still hot. Oh, I lost my tomato. Oh, you ready?
I'm not sure. And there we go.
Oh, buddy.
It's very good.
That's all we can say. If you like tomatoes and onions, you're going to like this.
If I go back for a second bite, it's good.
How can you go wrong with cheese? There's 2 cups of cheese altogether in this pie. How can you go wrong with that?
That's a lot of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese.
Tastes good, though.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you'll try. He's going to eat it all.
I'm going to keep eating.
I hope you will try this recipe. And if you do, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, and share our channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when we post our next video. See you soon.
Bye now.